Hello and welcome back everyone to another Sidemen React video. This one is the weird things only in North Korea. So, I mean, we've seen some crazy stuff in Japan, China, other places I can't remember that I know we've reacted to on Sidemen React, but those are the main two that I could think of, mostly because of Vic and Japan. That one will always stay in my memory because, to be fair though, literally where it came from. And then Vic again in the China one, he's like, they were selling fish in a bag! So the two main ones that stick in my brain. So maybe Vic will be in this one, and this one will be like the third one that will just always be in my brain. Like, just, it'll never leave kind of thing. So with that being said, let's get into this video right now.
They're locking their dons in, bro.
They said they monitor it more than guns, more than deadly weapons.
They just got their dons in a pen. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen.
Vic's not in this one.
Reacts. Today I'm joined by Zerka and Toad Jizzle.
And
Weird
me.
things that only exist in North Korea.
I've watched these videos recently on React. So I've watched there's one in China, one in
China.
where else? Dubai.
Do you want to know why it's nice? It's nice because I haven't seen the world in fucking ages.
I mean, all of us haven't seen the world in ages,
shit.
so...
Back from vacation, and oh boy,
love
you
these
have a lot
animations.
to tell
Yeah, snacks,
everyone
music.
around you.
Living
When
the
you
dream.
announced you were going on vacation, everyone assumed you were thinking of a normal, safe break from normal life.
Oh.
We couldn't believe it when you told them you were not only going to another country, you were traveling to one of the most dangerous spots in the world for tourists.
Did
They
Lux
all
go
had
to
the
North
same
Korea?
question. What on earth
Yeah.
made you want
Did
to take
he?
a vacation
Especially
to North
on the
Korea?
border of it, I think.
North Korea is called the Hermit Kingdom for a reason. There's no country on Earth more closely guarded from outside eyes. Ruled since 1948 by the Kim dynasty and passed down from father to son over 3
Kim
generations,
dynasty.
North Korea is a
Jeez.
totalitarian
Kim season.
communist state.
Bro, it's been Kim season for a long time, you know.
Freaking
Kim
Ethan.
season. Yeah, these are the proper Kims, bro.
Ruled according to the
my
principles
God.
of Juche, a philosophy translated as self-reliance. It's mostly in the news for military conflicts and missile tests. But few people know about what goes on inside the isolated nation, which is
Bro, I
sandwiched
thought it was a
between
cock.
the powerful nations
Wait,
of
what?
China and
It's
South
bread.
Korea.
No, wait. When it first came into shot,
See
at the
what you
top,
wanna see before
See
it
when
picks
it
out the
comes
screen.
into frame.
Oh,
No, I
okay,
thought it was a tip.
Oh my god,
Oh, it's a
Ethan.
tip, bro.
The isolated nation, which is
Oh
sandwiched
my.
between the powerful nations of China and South Korea. It makes a lot of noise for a small nation on a small Asian peninsula, but it's not easy to get inside. And that made you all the more interested to see it for yourself and all the bizarre things that only exist within their borders. The strange
Josh.
North Korean facts begin before you even get in the country, starting with their tourism process. They're the only country in the world where the tourism process is handled entirely through state-controlled bureaus. Companies like Korea International Travel Company and special companies aimed at bringing international athletes to the country approve visitors and lead them on guided tours, with very limited freedom
Jesus.
to explore for yourself.
Jeez.
Many countries, including
Oh.
the United States, warn or even prohibit tourists from their country from going to North Korea because of the regime's tendency to arrest foreign tourists for the slightest offense.
Oh, God.
Imagine we go there and go, let's do
Oh.
what
What are
we
you
see.
doing? You
Oh,
get
no.
arrested.
We're arrested.
Oh no!
Sidemen tried not to get arrested.
Dear Lord,
Been hide
oh
and seek in North
God!
Korea. We just don't come back ever.
Terrifying
Don't post
concept.
it.
Trying to-
No, don't
I'm
put that
trying
on
to
the
be-
list.
No, I'm not trying to hide in North Korea, bro.
No way.
Walking in the wrong area or disrespecting the leader can lead to a lengthy sentence in a North
Yeah, we
Korean
can't let
labor
JJ go
camp.
there.
Oh
Most
yeah,
people
no.
cannot apply to visit North
Harry.
Korea with one major exception based on
Especially
profession.
Harry.
Journalists. The North Korean regime does not want their secrets getting out too easily. Once you entered North Korea as a tourist, the cultural whiplash began quickly. Nothing's like what you expected back home, starting with time itself. North Korea is one of the only countries in the world that doesn't use a standardized calendar based around widespread dates, seasons, and
Really?
measurements.
What do they
Instead, they
do?
have their own
What's
calendar that was adopted in 1997.
Oh
on the
crap!
third
The
anniversary
year
of
I
the
was
death of
born.
Juche
Oh
founder Kim
God!
Il-sung. Time is marked from his birth, known as Day of the Sun, and the calendar is a combination of historical Korean-era calendars and their Gregorian calendar.
So what date is it
Basically,
there?
North Korean dates only begin in 1912 with the birth of their founder. The current year is
Year
only
zero.
109, and that puts them almost 2,000
Oh, so
years
they're in
behind
year
the rest of
109
us in
right now.
years.
So they're just living
And
on their
so
own
be careful
timeline.
not to make any
Yeah, they are.
vision
Basically.
jokes while visiting. Those guards don't look like they
You
appreciate
go there and
puns.
tell you in year 109.
Bro, what do you mean year zero, bro? No, no, Kim. No, bro.
It's year 109, bro. Come on.
It's 2021, fam.
Yeah, it's 109.
Puns. What's the first thing you do when you start a vacation? Probably take a selfie and upload it to all your social media channels.
Oh yeah, no, you're not allowed to
when
do
you
that.
arrive in North Korea, because the internet,
Oh.
as you know,
Hey,
doesn't
what gives?
exist. Think about it. Have you ever chatted with someone from North Korea
Yeah,
on Twitter?
'cause it-
To even own
yeah.
a computer in
Haven't.
North Korea, you need to get permission from the government. And
What?
each computer is registered with and strictly tracked by the government.
Oh,
with
yeah, dude, it
knowledge
is
and
strict and
weapons in
terrifying
some
over there.
places. Few people in North Korea can afford computers, so the
Looks so
easiest
friendly
way to
there.
access the internet is through computer labs and
The animation gosh.
being able to surf all your favorite pages. North Korea has its own private intranet, which runs similarly to the basic internet from the 90s.
I think like
Bro,
internet.
they're
It's
just
like being in
locking their
school.
dons in.
That's
It's like being in school. They got
crazy.
intranets.
They're locking their dons in, bro.
They say they monitor it more than guns, more than deadly weapons.
They just got their dons in a pen.
The
Look
thing
at
is,
it.
they don't know different if you live there, though, right? I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
True, yeah, because
Because you're controlled so much, you actually know that the outside world, you'd be like a myth. You'd know.
Do they
like, it
even get
doesn't
to go
exist.
out?
What happens if they get in like a university in London?
I
or something?
think
They're gonna
they
have their
can, but I
fucking
think it's
minds
only
I
like
don't think they're
business
probably-
people
they're
are
probably
allowed
allowed
out.
to apply.
I think. I
Bro,
could be
that's
wrong.
Because they wouldn't think, oh, I need to go to London to get a better education. They'd think, oh, the best education's here. Why would it be anywhere else?
Yeah, true. Oh.
Isn't Kim the one that says like he was like an Olympic world wrestling champion and stuff like that? Like,
I don't know
he's
if
scored-
there's myths or not. 'Cause I always hear like, oh,
Or he scored like
North
20
Korea won the
goals
World
in the
Cup. Yeah, and Kim Jong-un scored like a hat
that's what
trick.
I mean. yeah. Isn't he the one that says shit like that, isn't it? And then
Yeah.
everyone
Not
else
sure.
is just like, oh, cool. Yeah, man like him, you know? That's great.
Access
Right.
around 30 websites. And most of them are government information and propaganda websites running on slow dial-up connections. As a
Dial-up.
tourist, you just have to worry about keeping your head down, not making any waves, and learning what you can about the country. But for those who live here, proving your loyalty to the North Korean regime is a constant process, and you find yourself marked by how loyal you and your family are seen as. Ever since 1957, the population of North Korea has been divided into 3 classes, oddly named after fruits. The tomatoes, the elite class, are called that way because they're red, the color associated with communism
Red
inside
team,
and out.
red team.
Most likely to be politicians and military officers. They have special privileges and are eligible for elite
Called the
positions.
tomatoes.
The apples, the second class, are
Right.
called that
Apple
because they're
juice.
red on the outside but not the inside. Most citizens fall into this class and are seen as needing improvement
Need of
and frequent
improvement.
surveillance.
Oh.
But they're better off than the grapes, who are the lawbreakers who committed serious crimes,
Those are the grapes.
scandalous things like making an illegal phone call. Every
Oh.
citizen has their status or a sungbun printed on their identification records, and it influences
my
every
God, that's
aspect
great.
of
So
their
like on your
life,
passport,
from
she says
school
like,
to career.
Josh,
Committing a
great.
crime
Great.
isn't good anywhere.
Oh my
but if you
God.
did it back
Especially
home,
when they
you'd
left
probably
Josh.
be spending
That's great.
Not so in North Korea,
Great.
where the 3 generations rule means your entire family can pay for your crime. Those who commit a crime against the state are sent to the brutal labor camps for punishment and re-education. But so are up to
sorry,
3
wrong man.
generations of their relatives.
Oh
even
my
if none
God.
of them have
3
ever been
generations.
accused of a crime. Even if you were a loyal, patriotic member of North Korean society.
you made a crime today.
So
your
if
kids,
Zerka's a
kids,
grape,
kids.
his grandkid's a grape as well.
Oh my God.
Descendants of the grape.
Oh, shit.
Your
The
kids,
grapes of
kids,
rats.
would also
Sorry.
They're gonna be grapes.
Sorry.
take your punishment.
That
for what
was
you've done.
bad.
You just have to avoid doing anything that would anger the massive surveillance apparatus that works to track down all enemies of the state at the first sign of
Yeah,
trouble.
Big Brother
We hope you didn't
episode.
dress too casually when you came on the trip, because it's very easy to get into legal trouble in North Korea for something as simple as your pants. Blue jeans
Huh?
are banned in North Korea
What?
because they consider them a symbol of American imperialism.
Oh,
And
no.
refuse to use them to
Oh,
change your clothing.
no.
If you
Blue
were a
jeans
resident
are
of
banned.
North Korea, your
Yeah.
life is strictly controlled, starting with your hair.
Anyway,
in the
black
Hermit
jeans
Kingdom,
anyway.
all residents must have a government-approved hairstyle.
Oh my
One
God.
of 20
Nah.
unmarried
The
women have
government's not
Government
controlling
approved
my trim.
married women
hairstyle.
have more freedom. Women play surprising roles in North Korea, including exclusively filling the role of traffic guards. Remember that grumpy old crossing guard when you were going to school? She looked a lot like Grandma,
Yeah, like
but your
Lollipop
grandma
Lady.
never yelled, "Move it along," quite like that. In North Korea, traffic police are very different. Staffed entirely by young, attractive women under the age of 26, this position has existed since
Isn't
the
that
early
distracting
days of
to
the
young
regime.
attractive?
Because the country
I-
didn't have traffic
Josh.
lights yet,
Well,
they
Josh.
had humans direct traffic.
Sound-
The
sound a
traffic
little
women in
sus
North
there, bro.
Korea are among the most prestigious positions
For God's
people
sake.
aspire to there.
It's
with
26
workers getting
lads.
higher pay, free housing, and even military honors for doing their job well. We're a long way from the intersection.
It's
by
older
your
than you.
Huh.
In your spare time, when you're not
Yeah,
being
yeah.
taken on
Jeez,
guided
come on.
tours around the country with the other
Athletes and
tourists,
that.
You figured you should take in some leisure activities. You heard a game of basketball was being played locally, and you love that game, but it doesn't take long into play to realize that this definitely isn't a basketball game.
It's a
It's
game
with different rules than anywhere else on the planet. Kim Jong-il had courts installed in all of his palaces, and his son is friends with the NBA bad boy Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
But
What?
they've changed
Really?
major details in the game. 3-pointers are now worth 8 points. Missing a free throw subtracts 1 point.
Oh,
from the team score. And any baskets made in the last 8 seconds are now worth 8 points.
We should try to find all the rules of all the.
Let's play North Korean basketball. Oh my
Play
god.
North Korean
Sidemen,
sports.
more Sidemen. More Sidemen video playing
Play
North
North
Korean
Korean
basketball.
sports.
Dude, oh my.
More though, because
Yeah.
that's just basketball. More.
Shit, alright, let's do it. Yeah, fuck it.
8 points for a
Fuck it.
3-pointer. Everyone just like shooting from range constantly.
Chef who?
But a confusing one for any outsiders watching. Recreation in North Korea is as strange as everything else they do. But the oddness doesn't end when you return to your hotel. You're in a hotel with almost every other tourist in the
Dennis
country
Rodman,
in
bro.
a centralized location, surrounded by water
the
on an
moves.
island in Pyongyang. The Yangakdo Hotel is one of the nicest places in the country, always kept comfortable even when most of the city is without basic comforts like air conditioning. Power goes out regularly in North Korea at night, so much that it can be seen from space as the country goes dark. But you don't have to worry about that. Don't count on enjoying your favorite TV shows though. Like the internet, you can only get a select few TV channels, and they're almost all government propaganda. You were lucky enough to be in North Korea for the biggest event of the year, as the country set the Guinness Book of World Records award for the show with the largest number of participants.
Really?
That's the Arirang
Jeez.
Festival, a massive collection of gymnastics and art exhibits designed to celebrate the North
Everyone's just
Korean
flying in
culture
North
and
Korea.
regime,
What's going on?
also known as the Arirang Mass Games. They
Splits.
retell an ancient Korean folk story about a young couple torn apart by an
So is
evil
it an
man,
actual world record?
romance and anti-capitalism
I think so, yeah.
all in one show, perfect for North Korea. Getting selected to participate is a great
Dennis!
honor in the country. The strangest
Freaking
secret of
Debbie
North Korea
Dennis!
is one very few people get to see unless they're members of the North Korean military, the Korean Demilitarized Zone. Standing between the borders of North and South Korea is the most
This is where it
heavily
gets
guarded
nuts, isn't it?
zone in the world and has been standing since 1953, when an armistice was signed between the two sides of the Korean War. But an armistice isn't a peace deal, and neither North or
Right, just
South
sign it
Korea
too.
acknowledges
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
existence
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
leaves
All
them
got
with a
sign it too.
160
Kim
mile
Jong,
long
Kim Jong,
strip of
Kim Jong,
land
Kim Jong.
divided between
Sign
the
it
North
too.
Korean authorities and the United Nation control, with a small meeting area in the middle for negotiations. But things in the DMZ have been anything but peaceful, as there have been hundreds of small conflicts between the two sides, resulting in over 1,000 deaths among the soldiers stationed to guard it. But just because it's
Not
the most
ideal.
heavily guarded location on the
Jeez.
planet doesn't mean North Korea is letting their propaganda games slip. Large loudspeakers installed on the North Korean side broadcast messages toward the other side, with South Korea sending
You
their
guys
own
stink.
right back. They also send police
Oh,
cars
no.
attached across the border. These
You
extensive-
suck!
Oh no!
no-fly zone was established for the DMZ as an
Boys.
attempt to decrease tensions. But one unique propaganda effort is still standing. Not that it's easy to see unless you're living close to the DMZ. When South Korea built a village on their side of the DMZ with 226 residents to show North Koreans why they should defect, North Korea decided to build one of their own. It's a fully furnished town called Peace Village, filled with houses, schools, and hospitals, but it's missing only one thing:
People.
Yeah.
North Korea claims that it houses
Oh my
200
God.
people, but no one has ever seen anyone there. And close observers say there are a lot of giveaways that the village is a shell. The houses don't have glass installed in the windows, and the lights seem to turn on and off on an automatic cycle. They did briefly have the world's tallest flagpole, designed to eclipse the South Korean one, but now the only time anyone comes into the empty village
is
is
that a
to
petty
keep
play
it
school
looking fresh
argument?
and clean. You saw a lot of bizarre things in North Korea, and you can't wait to share them with all your worried friends and family, now that you can access the internet again.
That bit at the end is essentially saying, I'm nicer than you. No, I'm nicer than you.
It is kind of intriguing because it's like it's so unique.
I can safely say.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there, so.
Sure.
Same. I don't
Maybe
think they'll
Boris
let us
would
after this
maybe
video,
Boris
you know.
lock us down like that.
No, he couldn't do it.
Because then could like England could win the World Cup every single time.
Score 68
Oh
hat tricks. in one
Boris
game.
scores a bicycle kick every day.
10 8 pointers from the corner flag.
Alright, like the video, you lot. Bye.
Alright, bye. Well, I mean, I knew North Korea was terrifying, but whew, there was some crazier stuff in there that I learned about that I was like, oh my. But I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to observe. That's it. Nothing more. I'm just here to observe, nothing more. That's it. We're good. The video's done. I felt a hair on me. So yeah, like Ethan. Bye guys. Hope you have a good day. I'll see you guys later.